What going on, y'all? This low.
This is Key, and we're low key.
What have you created today?
What have you guys created?
Is you in the game or you in the bench? Are you on the bench or is you in the stand? Are you talking, spectating, or playing? That's the difference.
Yeah.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The trifecta. Anyway, we talking to you today about an unbusy mind and the question of, is it the devil's playground? And why would it be? What you think, man?
I think idle mind, it is the devil's playground.
How?
You open your mind up to a bunch of negativity. When you don't have nothing on your mind, it just seems like you start to think of the worst things. You think of your past. You think of the things that you should have done, didn't do. Think of the things that you did do that you shouldn't have done. You open your mind up to a bunch of idle mess, I think. And when your mind is idle, you're not busy, you know? So when you're not busy, you just still, and then you find yourself getting into gossip. You finding people to call, you finding people to talk to. And there's things that you could be working on.
Straight up.
God didn't create this universe by being idle.
That's real. That's a fact. When you are idle, you can become an idolater. Like, you begin to idolize the people that's doing the things you want to do. Like, and you could damn near draw your satisfaction from that. You talking about what somebody else doing. And the creator's looking at you like, I am in you.
Exactly.
And you idolizing what somebody else is doing. Like, that's why I had to take any resemblance of any fan type of anything away and out of my mind. Like, you know, you can respect what somebody else doing they move, but you have to respect the gifts that the creator has given you first.
Absolutely.
You can't know more about another man's gifts than you do your own. You can't talk about you shouldn't talk about another man's gifts or another woman's gifts and how special they are more than you talk about your own and identify your own. That's why I had to get rid of every resemblance of that, because I am that which I speak of.
Absolutely.
You know, God's
Absolutely.
creation.
Absolutely.
And an unbusy mind, you begin to stagnate. You move from the basketball court to the bench. You know, as you stagnate more, you move from the bench to the stands, like mentally.
Absolutely.
And then you just somebody in the stands cheering on somebody else because you don't even believe you capable of being on the floor no more.
Wow, say that again.
Which part, baby?
The whole concept. You were on the floor.
So you were created to be the star player on the basketball court, the LeBron James on the court. And as time progresses, like challenges we face, how we come up, you become the individual on the bench. You know, you may jump in and out of the game, you know, but then you become a victim. This is for most people. You sitting on the bench, you talking about why you can't get in the game, what coach did, how the other players treating you, and then slowly but surely you find yourself in the stands as a spectator. So you move from the person actually being the star player in your life to the person, you know, talking about what you about to do, which is the individuals on the bench. You hyped up. You talking about what you about to do when you get in, and then you move from somebody. You move into somebody talking about what everybody else doing. And then next thing you know, you got on another motherfucking jersey with his name on the back of it. You have become a spectator.
Absolutely.
In your life.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you
deep.
move from court to bench to stand. You know, you move from doer to I'm about to do to I can't do. Because of your unbusy mind.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Your mental has become sedentary. For real, man.
And the sedentary lifestyle leads to death.
Straight up. You was a nurse.
Yeah.
People laying there, they get like bed sores and stuff.
Bed sores.
That should let you know, like, you meant to move.
Exactly.
That's why the richest people, and it ain't even about money. You know what I'm saying? The money is a byproduct of something, though. Why do everybody read so much? You know what I'm saying? Why is it so difficult to develop the habit of reading every day? When you first start, you notice your mind be damn near about to shut off. Like, bro, what are you doing to me?
Yeah.
Because your mind, that's like going out trying to run a mile the first time physically. You run a lap, you about to damn pass out. But after a while, you know, you can do it. Your legs get stronger, you start looking better. So imagine what your mind look like. You read for 5 minutes and you falling asleep. That's just like a fat man just going to the gym. Tired. How David Goggins said he went out to run 5 miles when he was 300 pounds. He ran a quarter mile, went home and started crying.
Yeah. And he did.
Same exact thing.
And he
Imagine.
did.
So your mind is just a fat man. Like, you're not working them out. And it's powerful.
Oh, man, it's so powerful.
So you go to a job that you hate with your unbusy mind, you know, and you just going through the motions, and you going to work and you talking about how Steph Curry broke the 3-point record and all that goofy shit.
And it has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you.
Yeah. You supposed to be more. It's okay if you are already doing what you gotta do. You are fulfilled in your life. And you just like watching sports and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, that ain't the case.
Yeah, a lot of people, they do that. They know more about somebody else's life than they do their own. They don't know what they want to do. And what you're doing is you're shutting off and you're denying the God in you. You're denying the God in you, the creative part of you, by worrying about what somebody else is doing. You wearing another man's jersey. You wearing another man's name. Because basically when you buy a product, I don't think most people know, when you buy a product and you are hyped and geeked and you live off of the product defines who you are. Not your creativity, not you yourself.
Yep.
The product does, the name does. And a lot of people take that and they use that. And a lot of this comes from just being idle. And when you're idle, you start to get into stuff. You read things you would not even read. You look at videos that you would not even look at. And I'm talking about stuff that's off the wall.
Coasting.
Because it has nothing to do with your purpose. It has nothing to do with what you're trying to accomplish.
What you call it, babe? What's the word you call it? Creative what?
Avoidance.
Yeah.
You get creatively. I told somebody that the other day, you don't realize that you do it, but you do it. So you'll find anything. Your mind is very powerful. That's why you have to master that thing. I'm talking about, this is scary.
Change your whole reality.
This is scary. Yes, you have to because you can be so into something, you're doing something that has to do with what you're trying to accomplish, and just the least little thing, a noise, or you see something on the floor, you go pick it up. Like, you're not focused.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing now, is the attention span of people in the world today. They don't know how to focus.
Yeah.
Because they're so used to going. That's why we did a video previously about you cannot focus on two things at one time. One is going to take precedence over the other.
No.
So just imagine if you're idle, what happens? And you just kill all the creativity inside of you, worrying about other people. Because a lot of women, they start, let me call such and such, girl, I got to tell her this. And that you're idle. When you have time to talk about somebody else and what they're doing, you're idle. You don't have, you need to get busy. You need to get busy.
Hey, now you hit that right on the head.
You need to get busy.
If you got time to think about what somebody else did, like why you ain't on the phone making cold calls right now? This is what I be telling myself.
Exactly.
You so right. You should not have time to think. Cause I know when we busy and we on our move, we doing what we gotta do. I don't have time to think about the haters, what somebody did to me, my past. I'm thinking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
And when you doing something and your mind begin to coast, and I'm quite sure we all do, some of us are better than others, but this is why focus is so important. Your mind begins to creatively avoid what the hell you trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy to think about the haters and goddamn think about something, whatever it is that make your energy, what's the word, like?
It's a low vibration. Because that's
Facts.
what it is. It's a low vibration. You're vibrating too low. When you have time to do that, you need to check yourself. And you need to, like, I talk, it might sound a little weird, but I have to talk to myself. Like, no, this is what we're doing, okay? No, we're about to cold call. That's what we're doing. We're talking to people today.
For sure.
We'll take a break in a minute.
You can't think about the haters when you on the phone, like closing deals.
Yeah.
You can't think about the haters when you mapping out your goals and seriously thinking about it. You can't think about the haters when you in tune with your spouse. Mentally, physically, you can't think about the haters when you studying, when you reading and writing. Like, you have to focus, man.
And that's a good point. And to add to that, whatever you're doing at the moment, this is how you're gonna master this, okay? And we're still working on this. So I've seen some results, but if you keep doing it, I'm pretty sure it gets better. The way you can master this, if you're having a hard time focusing, is when you're doing something, when you're in the moment of doing something, you're in a conversation with your spouse, with your kids, with whoever, family members. Focus on what they're saying. Don't be so quick to respond, listen to respond, but listen to understand, and then respond.
Yeah.
That shows that you can focus in on what's in front of you. That way, when it's time to really put your focus towards something that you're trying to accomplish, it's a little easier. Not saying it's going to be easy in the beginning, but it gets easier. So focus on what you're doing at hand. Make yourself obey. Like, you have to make yourself obey. Make your mind obey, not, you running all over the place.
Yeah.
That's just one way that I was thinking.
That's a major way. And you got to keep remembering that. Like, you don't even know it, but you probably be waiting to talk because you more worried about yourself. So you talking to somebody who worried about themselves, and then you thinking about yourself and what you about to say. Ain't none of y'all catching nothing.
It's real.
Know what I'm saying?
That's real, because
And
I
that's-
used to do that with you.
Yeah.
Remember? You like, you just want to hear yourself talk.
Yeah.
Because you're not even listening.
I had to
what-
catch myself too, like, especially during arguments.
Oh, that's
You're not hearing nothing. Or you hearing, but you're not listening. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you listening? Chris Voss, expert FBI negotiator, he got a good book, Never Split the Difference, that me and my wife read multiple times. He said when they negotiating with a terrorist or something over the phone, it's like 4 FBI agents listening at the same time. It's like, damn. Because he said it's so many key points in a conversation.
He did say that.
You could draw so many clues from a conversation. They have 4 different people not talking, listening. Imagine what effect that skill has in cold calling or an everyday conversation.
Exactly.
That's why you leave the
Interaction.
conversation and you start remembering what a person really meant. Because you won't listen in during the conversation. You was more concerned about a comeback or what you about to say.
Oh, you're going to listen to me.
You can only
Listen
focus
to me.
on one thing at a time.
Absolutely.
That's real, babe. That's the only thing that's how you begin to focus. For real. You got something else, babe?
That's it.
Alright, we coming back at y'all with the heat, you know, back to back. I'm Low.
This is Key. I'm real low key.
Like, comment,
And subscribe.
and don't forget to subscribe, y'all.
Subscribe.
This is real content. babe.
Subscribe.
At
Real
least
stuff.
like it. You ain't even gotta subscribe, just like it. Let us
Just
know
hit
that you
that bell.
seen it. Hit the bell. You
Hit
know?
that like button.
Peace.